For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode 8 of Season 3 here at Chelsea on FIFA 18. We're back to Champions League action today with a game away from home against Ajax, following that up with a game against Southampton and then Stoke before we move towards the end of October in tomorrow's episode. So after the victory in our first Champions League game against Fiorentina, I'd very much like to follow that up with a second if possible. Ajax drew with Borussia Mönchengladbach in the first game of the group stage, so this is a chance to extend our lead at the top of the group and really kind of put our stamp on proceedings and prove to the rest of them that we are the favourites in the group. And to be fair, we are the favourites in the group, but it's always nice to actually live up to that expectation and that tag, isn't it? Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more, whether it be this series, the Dortmund series, or the Football Manager stuff that's coming out. I am in the process of putting together a pilot episode of a My Player series too, so keep your eyes peeled for that, probably this upcoming weekend. But for now, let's concentrate on Ajax, shall we? Klaas-Jan Huntelaar leads the attack for Ajax, a 4-3-3. It's a popular formation. It's one that Ajax tend to play. It's one that they always say in commentary that the Dutch kind of invented it. So they are Dutch. Let's see what they can do. Free kick for Ajax. Ziyech lofts it in. Headed away by Laporte, but only as far as Nouri. And Isco gets the tackle and will try and come away on the counter. Nouri, obviously the Ajax player that in real life unfortunately suffered permanent brain damage whilst playing in a game against Werder Bremen in the summer just gone. Nice little touch for them to still include him in the game this year. They have given him a squad number, etc. at Ajax this season. So yeah, I'm not sure how many of you will remember that. It was, I think, what, July during the summer in a pre-season game. He collapsed on the field and unfortunately suffered permanent brain damage due to, I think it was a heart issue, some sort of cardiac arrest. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. But he's in here and very nearly actually scores. But yeah, nice touch for them to include him in the game this year. And he very nearly gave Ajax a 1-0 lead there after 8 minutes. Corner to come in from Ziyech. Looped and the keeper will claim. 0-0 after 8 minutes. Ziyech to Nouri. Nice turn, but Kante just manages to outmuscle him. I'll look to send Hazard through that gap. Gap closed, but Charlie Musonda could be in through that gap. Bring it down, Charlie. He's done well. I'll get it on his right foot. And, oh, nicely tucked away on the counter-attack. The pace of Charlie Musonda. The accuracy of the ball from Eden Hazard. The 1-0 Chelsea lead after 12 minutes. Really nicely done. Got that 5-star weak foot, but he has missed a couple recently, so I wanted to make sure I got it on his right. Really nice finish. We lead away from home at the Amsterdam Arena. Ziyech into Nouri. To Johnson, to Nouri again, who's dropped the shoulder. Could square it, could go solo. He's gone solo and scores a very tidy goal. They've equalised. That ball roll, I kind of expected him to turn inside to then pass it. So I actually read the move the right way, tried to time my tackle accordingly, and wasn't quite able to get to the ball. Nouri, the player that we mentioned at the beginning of the episode, or the beginning of the game, and rather typical that he's the one that scores. I thought I timed that just there. I just couldn't quite get my foot to the ball as he turned inside. You see him reach in with his left foot, Laporte, and just didn't quite get there quickly enough. It's a good finish though. Ajax are back on level terms after 23 minutes. Alexandro, Hazard making the run. That's a lovely ball into him. I do have two in the middle. We'll try Ronaldo chop inside. I probably should have passed that. Decided to shoot. Charlie Musonda. I'm sorry. In what universe is that not a penalty? I've turned the defender there, and then he's quite literally just flattened me. I've turned. He's got nothing on the ball. How is how is that not a penalty? Like, I turn him here. There's no touch on the ball from him, and then he's literally just thrown me to the ground. Ref, what game are you watching? Unbelievable. Kante through the gap to Morata. Isco, oh, I was hoping he was going to keep that run going, but we will find him anyway. It's Eden Hazard. Isco drops short. Morata and Isco, and 2-1. 2-1. Okay, we might not have gotten the penalty a moment ago, but we have been able to get ourselves a 2-1 lead. Isco made a run, then stopped. Then we used him in the build-up. Then he made the run again, and then stopped. And then he made the run for a third time, and eventually we found him. Morata with the ball into him. Assist for one Spaniard, a goal for another. 2-1 to Chelsea. Nicely done by Hazard to win that back. Just give that short to Isco. Oh, it's to go all the way across here to Eden Hazard, which we've done well. Good touch. Uh-oh. That was a shot, not a pass. I know it looked more like a pass and a sweat, but I actually shot there with Hazard's left foot. It was just genuinely that bad. Here's Ziyech. Got Nuri there through the middle. Try and get there with Isco and can't. Huntelaar, strike. Good save by Courtois. Just let that fly early. Caught the keeper and me out, actually. Ajax looking for a second equaliser just 4 minutes before half-time. Decent delivery from the corner, but Courtois punches. And we'll hopefully keep this out. It's tackled by Isco. Play Charlie Musonda around the corner again. And the pace is going to be too much. And the finish... Oh, apparently my finishing today isn't on point. That left-footed shot from Hazard. That right-footed shot from Musonda. Yeah, that needs a little bit of work, doesn't it? Nuri with some space to run into. Goes out wide. Huntelaar with the early ball. That is a delicious cross. And if Neres had brought that down, certainly would have scored. Even if he'd have tried to control it a little bit better, he should have scored. That's a gilt-edged opportunity. They probably won't get a better chance to get that second goal than they have right there. There is. Just nips away from me. He's in the box here. Good tackle by Aymeric Laporte. Can we get the ball forward and maybe try and kill the game off with a third goal? That's what I would like to do. That's what I think we need to do to ensure we get the victory. Eden Hazard. No, it's Alvaro Morata. Sorry, he's in behind here. Morata. Nicely tucked. Nicely tucked away indeed. It is now 3-1 in the 69th minute. That should be game here. Ajax have played very well and been quite difficult to pick apart, especially in this second half, but really nicely slotted into the bottom right-hand corner. We have ourselves a 3-1 lead. That will be 3 points again. Ziyech out wide here to Jonsson. Getting away from Ricardo Pereira. Is that a foul? It is. Free kick for Ajax. Still a chance that they could get something out of this. Klaas-Jan Huntelaar coming off. Not sure who they brought on in his place. Oh, El Macrini. I don't know who that is. Whoa, jeeps. Was that Jonsson in there having the effort? Not sure who that is, actually, but it was a decent effort as it dropped free to him. 15 minutes to go. Ball in there to Woba, to El Macrini, who goes down, and the referee... This referee is awful. I should have had a penalty in the first half. That was another clear penalty. This referee is actually blind. Like, genuinely, he doesn't have any eyes. Run. Oh, El Macrini. What a hit! Wow. Okay. He's hit that first time with two defenders right in front of him. Why he's even thought about having the shot there first time, I'm not sure, but it's completely caught everybody out. What a goal! That finish, though! Wow! 3-2. Bakayoko into Ruben Loftus-Cheek. We'll go out here to Pedro. Got runners all around me. There's Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh, what a ball! What a through ball from Ruben Loftus-Cheek! Wow! 4-2. Just as I think they're getting back into it and might steal a point, Ruben Loftus-Cheek threads the ball through the eye of the smallest needle you've ever seen in your life. It does find Hazard. I could have squared that, but didn't, and he just poked it into the bottom corner. This is probably one of the most accurate through balls I think I've ever played. And the finish as well was pretty decent. It's 4-2, and we both should have had a penalty apiece as well. CM de Jong fires that into Dankeloy. Back there to El Macrini. Out here to Neres. Turns away. Into oh god, there's so many red and white shirts here. I don't know. Oh no, Laporte fell over as well. It's 4-3. This is a phenomenal game. Ajax aren't going to get anything from it, but it's been the most ridiculous game of football that we've played for a while in this series. Laporte even fell over there in the middle at the end. I was going to try and go across with... Did he just flatten himself? What finish as well. This is crazy. In a game officiated by a referee with no eyes, it's actually going to finish by 4-3 to us. We are going to get 3 points, but... God, bloody hell. That was remarkable. Right then. The one extra shot on target was what made the difference. Oh, wow.
Okay, Mönchengladbach draw with Fiorentina. So they're on 2. Ajax are on 1. Fiorentina are on 1. And we're on 6. So we've already got a 4-point lead at the top of the Champions League group. But we need to close the 2-point lead that Spurs have at the top of the Premier League. So let's go and do that now. Alex McCarthy in goal, not Fraser Forster for Southampton here. Jordi Clasie and Facer in the holding midfield roles. A 4-2-3-1 for them with Manolo Gabbiadini starting up top. Southampton are a side that can either play very, very well or very, very poorly. We'll have to wait and see. Tadic out-muscles the man in the middle there. Manolo Gabbiadini very nearly gives Southampton a 1-0 lead. A mistake in the midfield from me giving possession away. Thankfully, the Italian shot just kind of struck across the ball and it spun away from the target. It was nearly an early scare. Well, it was an early scare.
It's Isco.
Isco across to Alexandro. See the run being made by Morata actually, rather than using Eden Hazard, or then use Eden Hazard, and then is he onside here, Musonda? He is apparently. Oh, why have I rushed the shot? Oh, I haven't had a better chance all game so far, and I've just rushed it and pulled it a long way wide. I'm not firing on all cylinders here in this one at all. Played well against Ajax. Still conceded 3 goals, but played well against Ajax. And I'm not playing well here against Southampton, but thankfully they haven't been quite as good in front of goal as the Dutch were. Chris will drop back here, give this to Morata, get it out his feet, then have the shot. It's well blocked by Virgil van Dijk. Southampton live to fight another day. It's 0-0 after half an hour. Nice ball down the line to Manolo Gabbiadini. Early cross, Alexandro underneath it gets it, well, I'd say away, but no, doesn't get it away at all. To be fair, they probably deserved the lead. Really poor clearance from Alexandro, and then Tadic just nods it down to James Ward-Prowse, who first time volleys it. It's actually done well to side foot that and keep it down and squeeze it between Alexandro and the post. It's a good finish, but he should never have had the opportunity to finish in the first place. 1-0 down here. Not good enough, Ches. Nice tackle by Cruz. Lackadaisical in possession there, Southampton. Morata's running at me, which is exactly the opposite of what I wanted him to do in that situation. But thankfully, Eden Hazard is good enough to do everything on his own anyway, even with a small amount of space to work with. Went Morata to run the other way to draw the defenders away, but he didn't. Turned inside nicely, though, and finessed home between Cross Van Dijk's chest and the goalkeeper. Nicely done. 2 good goals so far in this game, 1-1. Oh, I just completely opened myself up there. Dusan Tadic. Finish. 2 defensive mistakes. 2 goals for Southampton. They are punishing me here. I drew the centre-back out there and just... he's on his own. In the exact space where Christensen would have been if I'd let him just stay in position. Arsenal made 2 defensive mistakes. Arguably 3 defensive mistakes against Manchester United at the weekend in real life, and it cost them the game. Am I doing the same here against Southampton? Morata looking for support from Cruz. There's a bit of space here for Pereira. Now, can Charlie Musonda make me run that I can use? No, but Morata's in a good position. Spins well. Other defenders with him. We can't find the target. I've got half an hour here. It's a good turn. The shot just not quite going as according to plan. I've got half an hour here to get myself at least an equaliser, if not a couple, to try and win. I don't want to let Spurs create a gap at the top of the table. Sandro, Isco, Kante, Hazard's there. Quickly around the corner if I can to Morata. Wasn't the best of passes, but it worked at least. Charlie Musonda looking to accelerate around the outside the defenders. And across. Oh, and Hazard can't get there. I didn't fancy shooting with Musonda there that particular occasion. He's missed a couple of similar opportunities so far in this episode. Pereira forward into Isco. I'm actually going to go to Morata here. Then out wide to Alexandro. Then back central if I can. Try and stretch their defence from one side to the other. Isco. Oh, and Pedro! Yes. Oh, the relief. Our unbeaten record may well stay intact yet. I thought, actually, I might have overdone it there when I played the extra pass to Pedro. But I'm just able to squeeze it home. Mentioned trying to shift their defence from side to side. Isco just pokes it to him. Pedro with a touch and a good finish off the bench for Charlie Musonda, who's been underperforming today. And he does well to squeeze it home. 2-2 with 5 minutes to go. Still time for either side to win it, but I'll be happy with a point after we've played the way we've played in this game. Fazer. Into Danny Drinkwater. Forward to Gabbiadini on his left foot. Gabbiadini in the box, squares it across, and Alexandra will just get rid. 2 minutes only added on at the end of the half. Bit of space there for Danny Drinkwater. Back to Nathan Redmond. Could cross. Doesn't. Tackled. Can we get this away, please? Now, is the referee going to blow his final whistle? Are we going to have one final chance to send Morata away? We are not. A 2-2 draw at St Mary's. Another very entertaining game that was rather stressful for me, to be completely honest, because I didn't think I was going to get anything from that. Spurs destroy Crystal Palace by 4-0, which means that they will extend their lead at the top of the table. And indeed they have, and Everton have now pulled away from us as well. So we're 2 points behind Everton, 4 points behind Spurs, with Stoke to play next. Lee Grant starting in goal for Stoke, playing 5 at the back, 5-2-3 for them. Iago Falque, Mambaram Diouf and Ramadan Sobhi as their front three. Don't know what to expect from this Stoke team, to be honest, but hopefully we can get a win, because I need to close the gap to Tottenham again. Diouf into Silva. He's gone right here. There was plenty of space on the left-hand side for the man that was waiting. Perhaps the wrong decision there from the Stoke man. They apparently have the worst defensive record in the league thus far, and we obviously are quite a free-scoring team, so hopefully that plays into our hands. Although I am playing Tammy Abraham and Pedro. Oh. Yep, might play into our hands. I'm playing Tammy Abraham up top, clearly proving that he should still be in with a shout of a first-team spot. Pedro starting on the right-hand side as well, as Tony Muson has been hit or miss. And obviously Pedro scored the vital goal against Southampton. And I think I'm playing Timu Bakayoko midfield as well, ahead of Isco, although I can't quite remember whether I actually decided to make that change or not. But a nice finish from Tammy Abraham there. We have ourselves a 1-0 lead. Indeed, I am playing Timu Bakayoko there, ahead of Isco. So 3 changes to the starting lineup, but no change to the way that we score goals. Chelsea 1, Stoke 0. Lovely ball by Jeff Cameron into Iago Falque. Racing away down the right-hand side. People in the box, one of which is Mambaram Diouf, who is very good in the air, and he knocks that down well, and Courtois with an unbelievable reflex save to stop them from equalising. Mambaram Diouf is going to be a handful in the middle here, but look at the reactions here. Courtois, that is unreal. Wow. 92 rated Thibaut Courtois, proving it right there. And I said Mambaram Diouf is going to be a problem, and a handful in the middle, proving it yet again, but wide of the target. Ryan Shawcross, Silva, that was poor from Silva even. Hazard into Kante. Tammy's there. Good touch actually to get it away from Ryan Shawcross. Quickly work this about. This is going well. Will it end in a chance on goal? I'm not sure yet. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe still. It will. Oh, but it's not a goal. Good stop by Lee Grant. I just kept acting on instinct there. I wasn't really concentrating on the commentary, just making sure I got a pass off, and then a pass off, and then a pass off, and then a pass off, and played the right man in each time. And hit this early with Hazard, but unfortunately it was a little bit wild. Well over the bar, still just the 1-0. It's Falque into Diouf, back out to Falque. And I need to be careful with my defensive positioning here, because I caught myself out in the last game. This time we do well. Headed away by Pereira. Pedro will pick it up. I look to burst forward before I get closed down. And Pedro's physical stats have really dropped off as his rating has deteriorated as he gets older. So I'm not able to burst around people like I was at the beginning of the save. But Pedro's still decent with his feet. But he's never had strength, to be fair. He's never been the strongest of players or biggest physically. It's taken me almost the entirety of the first half as well to realise that Silva in their midfield is actually David Silva. They've updated his haircut and he is now bald, and that's why I didn't necessarily recognise him. I did wonder who D Silva was in their midfield. It's actually him closing me down here. It is David Silva, formerly of Manchester City, but I didn't know it was him until I... oh, strike from Eden Hazard! I didn't know it was David Silva until I got a close-up from a free kick earlier on that he completely blazed over and you probably won't have seen. And I paused and was like, hang on a minute, have they updated David Silva's haircut? Because with a number of players over the past years, especially Coutinho and even Fernando Torres when he had his long hair and then cut it short, it's taken them quite literally 3 years to update a player's haircut. But David Silva there, number 8 on the edge of the box, they've updated his haircut. He's bald, and no hair for him, and no goals for Stoke, and probably no points either. It's David Silva. Out wide to Matthew Target. That's a... Whew! Matthew Target with the ball of his life. Rather typical that a former Southampton player, the team that we really struggled against in the last episode, is instrumental in their opening goal here, Stoke. This is literally seconds into the second half. That was one of the most disgustingly accurate and well-played crosses I've ever had played against me by the CPU. Stoke have pulled one back here. It's 2-1 now. Hazard. Good turn. Nahar with me, who's not the slowest, so we'll play it off to Tammy Abraham, who's in behind here. Ryan Shawcross. Pedro's trying to get that. Oh, well, the obvious pass here is Hazard. Let across to Toni Kroos. And are you onside here, Pedro? Apparently so. Well, not the way I envisaged the third goal coming, but I will take it. How was he onside there? It looks as if he was a mile off. Let me get a better angle of that. It looked as if he was an absolute mile offside. Oh, is it the number 27 here on this near side? Look, number 27 here playing him on. Very good officiating from the linesman on the far side. Fair play. About time I had a reason to praise the officiating in a game, thanks since that game against Ajax. 3-1 then. We have our 2-goal lead back again. Oh, nice turn by Pedro. Tammy Abraham played in. He's done well here, Tammy. Oh, really well. Tammy Abraham makes it 4. I think Pedro just confused the defenders there by twisting one way then the other, and they weren't sure whether I was going to play him in. It was the second defender here. Wasn't sure what to do there as Pedro kept running. He tried to square off, but by which point I'd accelerated past him. It's actually a very good finish from Tammy Abraham, as you can see there, very accurately into the bottom corner. This one's gone a lot more according to plan than the previous two. 4-1 with 12 minutes to go. Bakayoko over the top to Eden Hazard. Lovely ball. Eden just beats the keeper to it. Stoke quite simply not good enough here at all. 5-1 now. Oh, it's a dominant performance and a dominant scoreline, and one which we deserve. I struggled against Ajax, I struggled against Southampton, but this time around we've played to our absolute best. There's the final whistle. A nice performance and a really good scoreline to end the episode on. I'm still perplexed by the way the Ajax game went. That was remarkable. And then the game against Southampton, I was very lucky to come away with a point from that. Do not underestimate how difficult that game was for me. We do get the 5-1 win though against Stoke, and we're up against Borussia Mönchengladbach next time around in the Champions League. Before, I think actually there's another game in the Carabao Cup, isn't there? Yes, Everton in the Carabao Cup with Huddersfield in between, away from home. Okay, well that will be in tomorrow's episode, but for now, that brings today's to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel as always to make sure you don't miss out on any more. I'll see you tomorrow.